Welcome to Art of Spiral Wellness. My name is Tania Williams. I'm a naturopath and an artist from the Northern Rivers region of New South Wales. Now, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but there seems to be a bit of a media blackout going on at the moment during these times of coronavirus on natural health medicine and the role that our immune system plays in protecting us. I have been working as a naturopath for 35 years, actually 33 to be precise. I've worked in Australia, New Zealand, Canada and Guatemala, and during this time I have treated thousands of viral cases using nothing but naturopathic techniques such as diet, nutrition, herbs and vitamins and minerals. Also during this time I have basically had very few viral or bacterial infections myself, and that is because I do follow a naturopathic guideline to my own health. I don't remember the last time I had a cold or a flu. It was at least a decade ago, if not decades ago. Now during this video I'm going to be talking about what I do for both myself and for my clients. Now I'd like to start off with you imagining that you're in a dark alley somewhere. It's nighttime, you're on your own, and suddenly this scary looking guy jumps out at you and demands your wallet. But luckily for you, a police officer happens to come along. He takes control of the situation, arrests the guy, and all is well. Now imagine how would you feel? I mean, how grateful would you feel towards that police officer? And would you be happy? Would you be relieved that he's come along? Yeah, I think so. Now, the police force can be likened to your immune system. The police are there to protect you from harm. That's exactly what your immune system does. It is there to protect you from harm, from invading microbes. It has been evolving for millions of years, so it knows what it's doing. This is what it was evolved to do. This is its job, and it does it extremely well if it is supported, if it is appreciated, and if you give your immune system and your system in general, if you give it what it needs, like the right foods, the right nutrients and other things that we're going to talk about, it will look after you. It'll go to work and deal with the virus. It'll deal with it. It'll get it out of the body through the eliminative organs, and then it will produce antibodies so that if and when it comes around again, you'll be immune from it. You don't need a vaccine, okay? If you choose to have a vaccine, that is fine. You've got a choice between a vaccine and taking your health into your own hands with natural medicine. Now, I don't know if you know this because of the blackouts, but in China, they actually treated their coronavirus with vitamin C and traditional Chinese herbal medicine. Sure, they may have also used some modern medicines as well, but a large proportion of it was in fact natural medicines. Also in New York City hospitals, they were using intravenous vitamin C. They were also giving vitamin D. Now there's been a lot of speculation as to what coronavirus actually is. On the one hand, people are saying, oh, it's a hoax, it's nothing. The whole thing is just, it's fabricated. And then on the other hand, people are saying, oh wow, it's a killer, it's really, really dangerous. We need to have a mass vaccination for it. We're not going to be able to come out of lockout until we've got vaccination. It's like one extreme or the other, and then all the grey bits in between. The good news is that your immune system doesn't need to know any of that politics. As soon as coronavirus, whatever it is, enters your body, your immune system is going to know what to do with it. This is providing your immune system is working at its optimal level. If you do not acknowledge your immune system, well, it's not going to be able to do what it was designed to do. I want to talk about why some people have got weakened immune systems. We know that as we age, our immune systems do tend to go down, which is why a lot of the coronavirus victims are the aged population. And we also get some younger people as well who are getting it and dying from it. And these are people with pre-existing conditions. In other words, their immune system is compromised. Some of the things that can cause a compromised immune system. The first thing we look at is diet. A bad diet will definitely affect your immune system. Your mental health is another thing that's extremely important. Exercise, or lack of exercise. Fresh air has got lots of oxygen in it, and sunshine with the vitamin D. Poor sanitation can be a factor. Drugs, if you're taking certain medical drugs or even social drugs, some of these drugs will affect your immune system in a bad way. So there are things that you need to think of. Now, what is a bad diet? Okay, well, I think most people know in theory what a bad diet is, but we seem to have difficulty following it. There are certain things like sugar that are very hard to resist. A bad diet is basically anything that's not natural, okay? If it comes out of a can, if it comes out of a package, if it's frozen, if it's full of artificial colorings and flavorings and God knows what, if it's full of sugar, if you have a lot of dairy products in your diet. Now, the dairy products are very mucus forming. They're more mucus forming some people than others. Some people are intolerant to it. Some people don't seem to be that intolerant. So it's an individual thing. A lot of mucus in your system is a perfect environment for bugs to live in. Also, wheat is another thing. It can also be very mucus forming for some people. Wheat is traditionally very, very difficult to digest unless it's been fermented, in the case of sourdough bread. So go easy on your wheat. Go easy on your dairy products. Go easy on your sugar. Go easy on your coffee and tea. Too much of that stimulates your adrenals, and it will actually make you more stressed and more fearful. Now, the next thing is your mental health. Your mental health is extremely important in keeping your immune system healthy. When you are constantly under stress, your body produces a hormone called cortisone. This is the stress hormone, okay, and it lowers your immune system. Now, to give you an example of how cortisone is used medically is when you go in for an organ transplant, you will actually be given cortisone in an injection in order to suppress your immune system so that your body doesn't reject the new organ. So this is how incredibly strong and potent cortisone is. Okay, so negative emotions lower your immune system. So remember that next time you got yourself in a state, if you're angry, pissed off, whatever, just be aware, okay, this is what's happening to my body now. Okay. Exercise. Now, exercise is very important. If you don't have enough exercise, it means that the blood flow is being affected badly. You're not getting enough oxygen, and you could be putting on weight, and basically the nutrients are not circulating in your body. So that will reduce your immune system. Fresh air. It's full of oxygen. You need oxygen to fight diseases. So if you're not getting fresh air, it's like you're going to become oxygen deficient. The sun is full of vitamin D, as you know, and it is probably full of a whole lot of other things too, which are yet to be discovered by our scientists in the future. Now, sanitation, very poor sanitation and poor hygiene are definitely a risk factor, as the media has well and truly told you, so I don't need to go into that. If you are taking a lot of medical drugs, pharmaceutical drugs, a lot of these drugs can actually reduce your immune system. So if you are, I would suggest that you have a talk to your doctor about coming off some of those drugs and replacing them with more natural drugs, especially if some of those drugs are known to reduce your immune system. Then you definitely want to do that. If your doctor is not particularly open to natural medicines, well, I would suggest definitely start looking around for a new doctor, someone who is more open-minded. But you can also work together with a naturopath and a nutritionist as well. They're the main things that will deplete your immune system, giving you a weak immune system and making you more susceptible to whatever viruses and bugs and microbes are around there, including the coronavirus. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is how to strengthen your immune system. Okay, now this is pretty much common sense in a lot of ways. We're basically reversing what we were just talking about. Okay, so we'll go back to the diet. So what is a healthy diet then? Okay, so basically a healthy diet is a diet that doesn't have all the rubbish in it that a bad diet has got in it. So you avoid all those things that we talked about, the sugar, the wheat, the dairy products, the soft drinks. I don't know if I mentioned soft drinks before, but Coca-Cola and soft drinks, they're loaded with sugar. And don't for a minute think that a diet soft drink is any better for you. In fact, it's just as bad, if not worse, because it's got aspartame in it, which is a neurotoxin. So stay away from anything that has diet on it. It's you're better off with the original thing in most cases. Okay, so basically you stay away from all the rubbish that we're talking about. So what you want to have in your diet is you want to have fermented foods such as your sauerkrauts and your kimchis and your kefir and your kombucha. I've actually got a very small kombucha company, so I drink gallons of kombucha, and I can tell you it has completely not just changed my digestive system for the better, but it has completely overhauled my immune system as well. I've now been drinking it for about 6, 7, 8 years, and I feel absolutely fantastic on it. So I strongly recommend any kind of fermented food. Fresh foods, obviously, fresh fruit and fresh vegetables. I would suggest that if you don't already have a veggie garden, try and get a veggie garden going, start growing some herbs, and get as much of pure natural food into your system as possible. Drink plenty of water. Go easy on juices, although they're supposedly natural, they do have a lot of sugar in them. So fruit juices in moderation. The other couple of things that you can add to your diet is onions and garlic. Absolutely amazing. Antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, anti-everything. Couple of supplements that you could add to your diet include your vitamin C naturally, cod liver oil. Cod liver oil is actually very high in vitamin A and D. Zinc is another very important mineral for your body. I would also suggest vitamin B complex and a multivitamin, and then you've got all your superfoods such as your green barley grass, your spirulinas, your beetroots. I mean, there's loads of stuff out there. I would suggest do your own research on what you can eat. Do your own research on what a good diet is. Okay, then we've also got a couple of herbs that will be useful for your immune system, and some of them are antiviral, and that is things like echinacea, cat's claw, astragalus, ginseng, olive leaf extract, and many more. They're just a couple that I've pulled off the top of my head. It's time to take back control of your body. You know, you do not want to outsource your body to the powers that be. There is no need for that. You know, do not allow the media to scare you into thinking that there's only one option. I'm here to tell you that vaccines are not the only option. They are only one option. If you follow these guidelines, you will find that not only will your health increase and your immunity will increase, but your energy will increase as well. Your motivation will increase. Your general well-being will be much higher. You'll be feeling so much better. Okay, so I hope this has helped you, and I hope I haven't confused you any further. And just remember that if you are on drugs, I just want to stress, do not come off any of your drugs without first talking to your doctor. That's very, very important. Okay, so share this video around. The more people that know about this, the better. We would be much better off with a society of healthy people than a society who are all addicted to the various drugs that we're told are supposedly good for us. So take your own power back into your own hands and look after yourself. Okay, so stay well, stay informed, and most importantly, stay positive.